What's up?
TGIW. Yes. All right.
TGIW.
I'm going retro here. I'm going to do something that we have not done in a while on a TGIW.
First of all, you look very dark. But maybe
Really?
that's not so bright.
Really?
Really?
That's weird. All right. My light's on. I don't know. I look bright to myself.
All right. Maybe it's just
Hi,
me.
Lynn. Woohoo. South
Woo-hoo.
Central Illinois in the house.
What's up, my people?
Yes.
All right. What were you going retro? I need to know. Sorry, I interrupted.
You'll just have to wait and see. Not something you'll be super excited about. I think you'll feel kind of just, but
What?
you know.
What?
Yeah. What are you working on? Are you cleaning shoes?
I am.
You're working on today. Okay.
I'm cleaning shoes as we speak.
All right. Is that what you're listing today, or you just have like a smattering of stuff?
No, I have stuff that I'm listing. You know me, I like to. I love to batch items. Let's talk about this because we talk about batching items in the episode that went out.
Yeah.
And I am a full believer in batching. However, I'm more so a batch believer when it comes to clothing and jewelry. That's it. Everything else, I love the randomness of just having different things.
All right.
Because it keeps me excited when I'm listing. But these shoes they've been sitting over here needing my attention. And y'all.
What are they? Let's see them. They look like they might be kind of cute.
These are the Star Wars Vans that have Yoda on them.
Oh, yeah.
So they needed a little loving, so I'm giving them a little scrubbing. But what I was going to tell you is, do you know one of my apps? Oh, speaking of shoes, I've got more coming in.
Look at that.
Speaking of retro, how about those 80s Nine West, baby?
Oh my gosh. Are they like that jelly material or are they leather?
No, they're leather. These were made, this was back when Nine West shoes were made in Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that tag.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in forever.
I have 2 pair of those, and then I have these Vans, which girls, if they were in my size, they would be on my feet.
Yeah, those are so you.
Can I tell you how much I like Nine West clothing these days?
Oh,
kind of loving the brand and like the quality and the style. Love Nine West. They make some great clothes.
I used to have a lot of blouses when I needed to dress business.
Yeah. That's one word I would be I'm happy to remove from my vocabulary now that I don't work like
a business casual work attire.
Blouse.
Yeah.
Blouse.
Yeah.
You know what word is coming back? Trousers.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. My Nana used to use that all the time. I remember one time we were out shopping. She loved to shop. Her name was Molly also.
Shocker.
Shopping was her cardio for sure. And we were in a department store. I think we were at Macy's. And she said, excuse me, ma'am. Do you know where I could find the trousers? And we were all the grandkids were like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. But the word is now like a thing again.
All right, trousers. There we go. Gotta start adding it to the titles.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to tell you a minute ago, and then I got sidetracked showing you the shoes. One of the things that I love about estate sales and yard sales is when you find things like a box of sneaker care things.
Yes.
Right? And I'm like, oh, sweet. Got it. Yeah.
So I did that a couple weeks ago. There's that the magic pink stuff or whatever. It's like a putty. It comes in I don't know. Yeah. I've heard about it. People have talked about it. I found a brand new unopened tub of it. Yeah. I found a large tub of it for $1 a couple weeks ago at a garage sale. And it was like twice the size of that one.
Oh, yeah. Look, of course Molly has it all. Of course she does.
And I was like, I know I've heard of people using this. I've got to buy it. And Bill goes, what are you going to use it for? And I was like, I think you can use it for like the shoes, like on those Converse and stuff. Yeah. And pretty
Yeah.
soon my shoe cleaner is going to be gone to college. So I'm not just going to be able to throw them at her and say, here, wash these shoes.
Oh, does she clean your shoes for you?
Yeah. So all of her shoes, it was funny because Cal's shoes are very similar. All of her shoes are like the white or they're very boring, I think, but she has to clean her shoes like once a week. She's in the kitchen scrubbing and bleaching and doing shoes.
It's
So
such a thing, isn't it?
It is. So I throw a couple pairs at her too, but yeah.
Yeah, my kids are not nuts like that with their sneaker cleaner, but their one friend, you know, Robert, Polly's son, Molly, is like he's a shoe reseller, first of all. And he is just, oh my gosh, so strict about like cleaning. Like my kids will go over his house and Emma always wears a pair of white Air Force Ones. Like that's her thing. Yep. And he'll be like, take those off. That is a disgrace. And he'll clean them for her.
So that's my Nike kid. Now she has, okay, the kid works at a veterinary clinic and is going to veterinary medicine. She wears, she's like, I looked up the best shoes to have when you're on your feet all day, blah, blah, blah. She spent the money on a nice pair of Hokas, and she's always been a sneaker kid. She always had to have the latest and greatest basketball shoes and volleyball shoes and whatever. We spent a lot of money on her dang shoes.
Yeah.
But she got these Hokas and they come in and I'm like, May, what did you do? And she's like, what? And I said, they're white. Why would you get white shoes when you work at a veterinary clinic? And she's like, I have to have white. I have to. And so she washes them every week because she has to. Her field of work is disgusting. So hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Hello.
Love seeing that logo pop up.
3D yak. Woo.
Shoes. You were talking about shoes. Something came into my mind and then poof, it went away. So
I have an unbagging to do.
Ooh.
So I wasn't going to go garage selling this weekend. Isn't that like everybody's famous last words? Who else wasn't going to go garage selling last weekend?
no, I was always going.
Well, you were.
I wasn't going and I didn't go. How's that?
Good job. So I did. We got ready Friday morning. We're getting all our camping stuff packed, kayaks on top of the car, like ready to go. And we had a couple unplanned stops come up, last minute things. My poor dog was in the car for like 2 hours just running errands with us. And then we had to come back to the house and she was probably like, what was the point of that? Like, we didn't even go into nature. Like, so then we're on our way out and I said, well, we'll have to stop by this one town, which is like 10 miles away from us and halfway between us and the campground. I said, we'll have to stop by there and go to this ridiculous sale that I saw on Facebook. So the sweet girl, hi, Jill.
Hi,
Hey, Candace.
Hi, Fred.
Right. Yes.
Hi, guys. Look at our crew here. So this sale had like trailers full of stuff. They had two garages plus a Kwanzaa hut style barn. And they had my mom can help. A Kwanzaa hut? It's just like a domed barn. I don't even know if that's the correct term for that, but that's what we call it. I don't know.
All right.
But it had a barn and a metal building of sorts. And they had tons of stuff. This nice girl, around the age of 20, I assume, when we pulled in, she hands us like this Walmart bag and says, we would like everyone to carry a bag around as you grab things. Most things are not priced, and you fill a bag for $15.
Oh, I love a fill a bag.
I do as well. However, most of the stuff there would not even fit in a bag, just one item. So that was kind of weird. My husband stepped out first. I was securing Diamond in the car in the mad rush of people that wanted to pet her. So I was at the car for a while. Bill had already started. And she gave this wonderful spiel. She's like, you carry the bag, you fill the bag. Most things aren't priced. We'll do $15. Some things are priced because they had collectibles and stuff in the one garage. And she's like, so those are separate. If you don't feel like your bag is quite up to $15, we'll make a deal with you when you check out. We just like that everybody carry a bag. Like, she did this whole beautiful. I thanked her for her speech and told her she did a good job afterwards because she looked like she did not want to have that job, but she did very well. But it was kind of weird. Bill had an armload of stuff Plus I had these things and I only spent $17 there, but I don't even remember what I got because that was several days ago. And then I went camping. Summer Samantha right after that just kicked right in.
So we're going to get to remember with you? Is that what you're saying?
And see if it was worth the $17 I spent.
Oh.
We also got some pans and stainless cookie sheets and stuff that we used for camping because everything that we use has to be for over a fire. We do all our cooking over a fire. My dad makes
as it should be.
Right. My dad made an oven for over the fire because he's a welder. So he just has these ideas and the next day they're a thing. So we were cooking venison and stuff over the fire and he needed more pans. So I think the $17 was worth it just from that because the venison was delicious. But we'll see if I can make some money off this stuff. I have comped one thing out of here and it turns out it's not worth anything. And I got sad and put it all away. So let's see. Pam went auctioning, got a new tribal mask. Oh gosh.
Oh yes.
So now he needs a name and she's going to show him to us in the come list with us. She gets like she gets like these idols, guys, and they hang out in her shop, in her office. I call it her shop because it looks like a store in her office. And we get to name it and talk to it until it sells. And she hasn't had one in a few months. So that's good.
Fun. Yes.
See, yes, a Quonset hut is a barn. It's prefabricated, arch shaped. So I was correct with corrugated steel. Thank you, Jill.
All right, Jill. All right, of course, Jill would know.
So yeah, so it has like a block base or whatever on the sides, and then it's just metal. That's like it's like greenhouse shaped, but it's metal and wood and stone. So yeah, I felt terrible. We walked in that one, and it's the one that had all the Christmas stuff. It didn't have a lot of stuff in the Quonset hut, but every single post within the Quonset hut had a bird's nest of all these different birds. And I felt so bad. We were only in there for a couple minutes because all these birds were sitting on nests of babies and eggs, and they were very distressed. And they should not have had people in and out of there. Like I felt terrible for those birds. So yeah, my mom has at least one Quonset hut on their property, their ranch they have. So yeah.
I just Googled them because I mean, yeah, I guess I've definitely seen them before.
Yeah, it's a weird name.
Can y'all hear me? You know, you make me wear these headphone things and then I can't hear anything. So I don't know if you can hear this or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only a little bit.
Sorry,
it's not
now.
annoying.
Okay, as long as it's not annoying, y'all just let me know.
You just keep right on multitasking. Don't let us slow you down.
She's focused on her multitask. Okay, so
wait, let me do something first because I want people to put it in the comments and it might take them a minute. So I did something I haven't done in a while, and that is my percentages on the different platforms.
Oh,
for the year. So I calculated 2025 and I was kind of, I don't know how I feel about the numbers, but here we go. eBay, 73%. That is an all-time low, I believe, for eBay. Poshmark is coming in at a solid 14%. Poshmark.
Look at you.
Etsy 11%.
Thank you, Prime Lister. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, thank you, Prime Lister. Code in the show notes. It is awesome.
Prime Lister is the bomb for posh sharing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Did you see Vendu just released a sharing tool?
I did not.
I saw that if you, it's on certain plans, or if you have a yearly subscription, it's available to you. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I think I might try that out, but I'm pretty happy with Prime Lister and the job they do. So we'll see. Stay tuned. But either one is a great option.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you.
So Depop, Shopify, and local sales were each 1% of my sales. Facebook
and by
Marketplace
you mean
did
us?
not register.
By you, do you mean us?
Yes, okay. All the entire Conchi consignment store. Okay. So I want to know what your year or month has looked like percentage wise, because for us that's an all-time low for eBay, and I think not an all-time high for Poshmark, but higher than it generally is at 14%. And Etsy, we're about 7 months in to really focusing on Etsy, 11%. That's all right. It's decent. Nothing to sneeze at.
Mine's a little skewed because I had, a $2,000 Etsy sale at the first week of the year. So I'm looking, do you guys have like this in Vendu, right? Where you can just see the pie chart and stuff is that where you're getting it from?
I do it in Consign Cloud just because our Vendu is like we have separate accounts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. I'm looking at mine in List Perfectly, which is not super accurate because I don't keep up on it, but it whatever it will detect, it puts in there. So it says that eBay, so this is for this year to date so far. Okay. eBay is 74%.
Oh, very close to mine.
Etsy is almost 20%.
Ooh.
Poshmark is just under 5%. I've got Mercari at 1.5%, Shopify at 0.5%, and you guys, Facebook Marketplace, man, that 0.24% is really, yeah.
I just rounded mine right down to 0.
I forgot I even had shippable sales on Facebook this year, but I did have a couple. Yeah, I think though, so 5% for Poshmark this year, but when I switch it to the last 30 days, my Poshmark is at 15.22%.
All right. I was going to say, because you just really ramped up your Poshmark.
I did. Yeah. And it's beating my Etsy, which is only at 9.75% in the last 30 days. However, I just in the last 10 minutes got 2 more Etsy sales. So my VA, who I love, I got her from upworks.com, no affiliate link, but I love it. So I trained her, or I had her start doing Poshmark. And so that's why the Poshmark sales have been going up. I'm shipping out 2-3 things a day on Poshmark. It's great. Mm-hmm. And then Etsy is now, she's been doing Etsy and putting lots of stuff on there. And that's been back to the daily sales on there. And it's crazy
how that works.
When you show a platform consistency.
I don't understand. I think, yeah. It's magic. Don't worry. Don't break it down. Oh, good. 3P Yak has her stats here. I love this. eBay 66%, local 13%, Etsy 9%, Poshmark 9%, Mercari 1.5% for the year. Yes.
Guys, I made a Mercari sale last night and I kind of forgot that platform existed. And I've been thinking, my VA was like, okay, what do you want me to do next? I think I have everything on Etsy. I think I have, whatever. And I've been debating what I wanted to do next. And then I made that Mercari sale and I'm like, okay, maybe I should cross list to Mercari too.
Oh God, don't get sucked back into Mercari. This is how it happens.
But Mercari did well for me for a while. So I got to give it
2 years ago. 2 years ago. This is ancient history. Remember last year when you were like, I'm doing Mercari all year because in the Q4 it picks up and all Q4 you're like crickets.
That's so true. So true.
One sale.
But I haven't been listing consistently there. So I got to try it with Jenny. And if she can list consistently there and it still sucks. And so,
all right.
my thing with
consistently lists on Mercari, please let us know how it's going.
So my thing with my VA is when she cross-lists to Poshmark, my Poshmark sales have been paying for her and then some. And that, within a couple of weeks, the sales were paying for her. So we're good there. And then with Etsy, the first sale paid for all the fees for all the hundreds of things she put over there. She tripled the size of my Etsy store in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. So I've already made sales over there that paid for those fees. Plus I'm still making Poshmark sales that pay for her. So I'm in the green on all this. Amazing. So if I can get Mercari going, then that would just be extra, right?
No. It's not going to get going.
Are you a member of the Molly School? Is that what we're doing here? Did you just enroll in my school?
As I fill this bag and I'm like, well, this just pennies. It doesn't hardly weigh anything. It doesn't hardly take up any room.
Speaking
It's
of pennies,
practically
like
free.
Jason just weighed in the comments here.
That's funny.
Oh, go ahead.
Whoops. Don't chase the pennies, Samantha. Okay, so Mercari, I have sold big collectible things on Mercari. I could sell a hippopotamus there, guys. We don't know because I don't think it's listed there.
That hippo could go. You don't know. All right. Speaking of sales, I'm going to share a banger. Did that banger sell?
No, but it's going to happen
on Mercari, apparently. On Mercari.
All right. Here's my banger.
Yes.
Oh, I should have checked to see if I moved the episode to the video to the new channel yet or not before I shared this, and I didn't check that. But there is a video out there about this particular estate sale where I bought the vintage Western, go subscribe, thrift, find, flip, go subscribe, where I found this Western vintage Ralph Lauren Western line and got the suede vest, and it sold for several $100s, and we paid, where's my banker when I need him?
Pennies.
Like 40, I think 40, because I said no more than 50 and it was 40. But then they also had this Aztec vintage Ralph Lauren blanket for $10, and it sold yesterday, y'all. There it is, right there.
Beautiful.
Shipped out this morning, $10 into $399.99 plus ship.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom.
So good.
Wow.
So good.
And I have one more thing to share because
it didn't sell on Mercari, right?
Oh
no,
my!
It sold on eBay
because she's not cross-listing there. Okay.
I don't cross.
Okay. You don't know what you're missing if you're not.
Go
there.
ahead. You do the experiment, and then you can report the results.
Report back to us.
This will be good.
Report back to us. Yes.
The people want to know.
Does anybody actually want to know?
Yes, we all want to know.
All right. So Samantha, you'll be proud of me. I went yard sailing. Video to come out soon this weekend, Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm super proud.
And y'all, I cannot wait to get this video out because the first video is going to be of the first yard sale I went to that was fun, and I have a super fan now. But the second video that's coming out from this weekend, I went to this yard sale that was a community yard sale, and just wait till you see the things I got for peanuts. I was on a limited budget. I wasn't even going to go. And then Nick was going running, and I thought, I'll get up and just go.
That's a weird bartering deal. Were they like bald peanuts or
bald peanuts?
Bald peanuts.
I paid peanuts for this. Anyway, I
think Sandy.
Oh, look, Aunt Sandy's standing up for you. Go figure.
Thanks, Sandy.
We'll know in a couple months. In 3 months, we're going to know. We're going to get the definitive.
Right. We'll get the answer.
We're
going to have a report back. Put it on the calendar, Libby. Put it on the calendar. I am
going to right now.
So when I was done with the yard sale where I got all the stuff for literal peanuts, not literal, but peanuts, I had peanuts. $10 left in my budget. And I walked down to the other driveway and thought, I'm just going to peek. And what did they have? Vintage board games for $2.
Yes. Yeah, baby.
Oh, listen, he is excited about your yard sale now. Look at that.
Every game that ever says NFL, I don't care if it came out last year or 40 years ago, you grab it. NFL football people love games.
Okay. That is a goodie. That's a goodie. I did some comping. This isn't meh.
I have never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah. Rough House. $2.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
This one I might part out. It looks like the tribute questions might be better to part out than the game.
That I have parted that game out, and it sold rather quickly, especially the main part of it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll probably part Family Feud out.
Yeah.
But the banger.
Also sit and ask Nick some of those questions while you're listing it, because his answers will be hilarious. Whenever I have a Family Feud game, I ask my family the questions first.
No, I'm not keeping that game. No, Pam. Wasn't even thinking about it. But no, if it were an Eagles game, yeah, I'd keep it. But
Oh my God.
it's not an Eagles game. It's just the whole NFL, you know.
Okay, on Wednesday, September 17th at
Oh
approximately
my God.
12:30, Samantha will report in. It is on our C-Chats calendar. She will be reporting in as to what happened with Macari over the course of 3 months.
All right, Samantha.
Okay.
I got something for you to comp. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Y'all ready for this? Da-da-da. Pursue the pennant. Oh, all right. So we're going with the sports theme. Still good.
Now,
Okay.
not again, $2. Glad I wasn't going to go. I'm so glad I walked. I'm so glad I did it. But it's not been used. It's new.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Yeah,
Shoot. Dang.
it's new.
So
And
new open box. Those comp for 150 at least.
at least one sold on April 15th for $200.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Why is this April 9th one different? $299. Why is that one different than the others?
Is it new?
No, pre-owned. Let me see what's different. Same box. Looks great. Yeah, list that sucker high.
Going high.
It came with extra cards. Extra, they threw in whatever the heck these things are.
Well, that's what I have some extra too.
Oh, they had a lot.
I have all the scorecards. I have these sheets.
They had like thousands of them.
Hold on. And then I have this, which is thick, full of them.
Oh.
Shoot. Oh, well, we're up to like 250 now. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because the other ones that are selling for 100, 150, they don't have that.
Right?
So match that 299 guy that sold in April. 299 plus ship. Good job.
Guess what Molly's listing during our come list with us this afternoon?
Yeah, girl.
Board games.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't joined us in the
awesome.
Patreon group, we do a come list with us after we go live at 1 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. We're in there listing with all our friends on Zoom. It's great. It's a great time. Very productive time as well.
It is. It is. A lot of times we're silent. Sometimes we're chattering. It's a great place to say, hey guys, what keywords would you use for this board game listing? And then go from there.
Yeah.
I need to post today's link because I see when I don't show up to our Sunday reseller resets, I get all discombobulated.
Yeah, that can't be happening. Even with summer, Samantha, we just cannot be having that.
Come list with us. Last week for Come List with Us, I did a 12-hour marathon where I did like the first, 4 or 5 hours in the Come List with Us, maybe even 6 hours, and then switched over to our 24-hour co-working room. And I worked until 12:30 in the morning.
Wow.
But I kicked butt.
Oh
I do feel
that's
bad
making
though.
me tired just thinking about it.
I do feel bad though, because I forgot to mention that when we had mastermind yesterday and Vanessa was like, how are you meeting this goal in only 3 days? Well, I did work for 12 hours straight that day.
Girl.
It wasn't the most productive 12 hours I've ever had, but I mean, like, I forced myself to keep working. Like, it was like, you can't, I took breaks, but I didn't watch any episodes of anything. I didn't spend any time with my husband that afternoon. So yeah.
And just so you know, if you are a member of our Patreon level, that is whatever level that gets you that tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night? What's today? Wednesday? I'm going to do a craft. Come work with us. Crafting only. Pick your favorite thing you want to work on. Crafting. I'm going to paint. I got my watercolors ready. I'm going to paint. Yeah. We're going to have some fun.
Awesome. Oh, Vanessa has her numbers.
Whoop, whoop.
eBay 77%, Poshmark 17, and Etsy 6. Those are some good numbers. All right, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
girl.
all in like the 70s, right?
So yeah, our eBay's all pretty
Pam was
similar.
66. Yeah.
Well, Pam,
but she has a loophole.
Pam's is a lot like when I put a lot of time into my Facebook auction group, my other ones go down, obviously. So yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm back into time blocking now, and I'm so excited to finish work because I found a new show that I love, and I can't wait to keep watching it.
What is it?
Shrinking.
Shrinking or shrinkage?
Definitely shrinking.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's Apple TV, right? Apple TV.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I had to get the free month subscription just so I could watch the show. Yeah. It is so, I'm like literally in the house by myself with like tears rolling down my face. I never like when you're by yourself, do you like laugh out loud at shows or whatever? I don't know that I ever did before I watched this.
Have you watched Palm Royale yet? Now that you have Apple TV, I told you it's so good.
Oh, all right. I'll watch that next. Can I get it in a month? I don't.
Sure, you can.
All right, I'm going to try my best.
It's so good.
Okay,
it's really good.
Because I'm not buying Apple TV. I got enough subscriptions.
Oh, that reminds me. My Hulu logged us all out of Hulu. Do you need my credentials to log your TV back in?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't.
You tell me when you're ready to watch that show with me, and then we will do it.
All right.
Should we be discussing this kind of
we're just going to get
horrible thing live? I mean,
no, I can only watch it when you're physically here with me, Samantha. Yeah. That is my rule and regulation. I will not violate those terms.
Oh, crap. Now I got to visit even longer. Oh, darn. Let's see here. Okay. Shared that. I need to share a link. So you guys all have a link to not that. That's not the link I'm sharing. I was going to share a link to our Patreon so people know this co-working room we're talking about here. And if they join the tier for our co-working room, then they'll have access to everything else. Mm-hmm. So I figured that was the best way to do that.
Because honestly, who wants to start their morning without motivation in minutes? That's just craziness to me.
Not me.
I was so glad Bob showed up this morning. And then, of course, we were a little off the rails for that one. But
yeah,
I had to end it and cut you guys off this morning. Forgot I had the power.
Yeah, we need it to be cut off. Yep.
A little bit. Okay. Oh, Jill was at 77 too. Did we share hers?
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention.
No, I didn't. We didn't do that yet.
eBay 77, Etsy 11, Poshmark 10, and Mercari 2. That's strong with that Mercari there.
Mercari.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sure am glad you're jumping in with both feet on that one. So
yeah. I'm really excited.
So well on Mercari. Okay. I think I shared all the things I need to share. I need to go through this bag. I need to go through it.
Yeah.
So the first thing is I picked up these I love these little magnetic board things. They're little travel boards that the kids can move.
Yeah.
The magnets around. So this one has double the pieces. They maybe had two and then the board messed up on one. So this is a little one. Last year I picked up ones that were twice this size. And I sold one immediately. It was like a cowgirl horse thing. Super cute. And then I also had this farm one in the bigger version. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at these at the garage sale. And I'm like, well, I guess. And Bill goes, well, has your other one sold? And I'm like, no. And he's like, then why are you buying more? I said, I don't know. I just love them. I have not listed these ones yet. However, the big one sold yesterday on Etsy for $24.
No way.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
I was I love these things. Do kids even use them anymore? Every kid's on their iPad in the car.
I know, right? Yeah. So I sold both big ones that I had got from last year, and now I have two little ones to list. So I love these things.
Are you going to list them individually or lot them up?
Individually. The kids that like the ponies in the farm might not like the rhinoceros in the zoo. I don't know.
Do you think kids are missing out, like when they take a road trip, if they're on their iPad all the time, like that just absolute mesmerizing boredom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they are missing out, definitely, because they're not looking at anything. I mean, I was a kid that grew up in a car. Like, my dad traveled for work, and we were homeschooled so that my mom could take 3 kids, because she was nuts, across country and visit my dad. And so we were constantly in the car. And I mean, that's how I learned how to read, was like sounding out road signs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But don't do it driving through Wisconsin, because none of those towns make sense. But like Manitowoc, I still have a problem with that one. But that's how I learned how to read. That, I mean, you pay attention to stuff. When Maria was little, we didn't bring a DVD player or an iPad or any of that. She looked out the window. I mean, she had books. I had books when I was a kid. I loved those ones with like the magic marker where you just colored over the thing and it like magically did stuff on I loved those books.
Oh, that was like before Molly and I's time. We had the paint, remember the paint with water ones? Mm-hmm. No, the paint with water.
Oh,
yeah.
We had the magic markers too, though, that went away. Crayola made them.
Oh, I didn't have
finger
those.
paint. Yeah.
Yeah, that marker was just I don't know. They still sell them at like the dollar store.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's not just a white marker that you're like, what? And as you like do the dot to dot, the dinosaur turns green and pink and does all the things.
I forgot about those. Yeah, they were great.
I loved those things. Yeah.
They always had those at the checkout, like in the grocery store. Like that was, remember, like you'd go to the grocery store and like that would be the thing. And my grandmother would, oh God, I got but I think I might have been her favorite. She would always buy one.
I always kept a little basket next to Cal's car seat that had books in it and all the little magnetic things. And we'd have the little fabric like barn with the little fabric animals in them he could play with.
Mm-hmm.
And, but
we even had a big tablet. Oh, go ahead.
My favorite thing that we would do, because a lot of times it would be just Cal and I driving home because Nick would be working when we lived in Greenville when he was young. We moved to Philly when he was 4. So before that, he and I would just drive to Hilton Head to see Mom and hang out with everybody by ourselves. And of course, I've got him back there entertaining. I would do stories and just start a story and just be, once upon a time, there was a little prince named Cal. And he went and like I would start and then I would stop talking and then he would continue the story.
Oh, yeah. We used to do that all the time. Yeah.
And we would make up these stories about whatever. And just
I love it.
On. Yeah, that was like one of my favorite things.
Me and my brothers were 2 years apart. So I mean, we fought like cats and dogs. My mom is a saint.
Buggy. Oh, you're probably too old to like really embrace punch buggy, or too young to embrace punch buggy. Like in my era, punch buggies were everywhere. Like my sister and I would beat the crap out of each other in the back of the car.
Yeah, they didn't make a research. I mean, by the time I was a kid, they were banned from America, and then they made the American-made ones, or whatever. The non-Mexico made ones. When I was in like high school. So that came back in high school. We did that slug bug or whatever, but it wasn't a big thing when I was a kid. Candace says, absolutely they are. Mom says math and miles. Oh yeah. So she homeschooled us the whole time we traveled. Grandkids have the back seat pockets stretched with books, as it should be. Jill says those were color wonders. Crayola had the color wonder. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Candace says, hey, Nick, Mr. C.
I'll tell him, Candace.
So because us kids were always fighting in the back seat, my mom would make up competitions for us. Libby would have loved this, but she'd be like, okay, everybody pick a color. And I'd pick yellow. My brother would pick red and the other brother would pick blue or whatever. And then we had to count how many cars we saw on the other side of the highway. And whoever got the most by the time we hit, this town or whatever would win something. I don't know, probably just bragging rights. But so then we had
that's all we ever really wanted. Right?
That's all we ever wanted. So then we had to like look out the window, and the kid with the red always won. There was always more red vehicles. Nobody ever picked black for some reason. Not sure why. But yeah, like you had to count how many of that color vehicle you saw. So I did that with Maria.
And you play license plate bingo.
License plate bingo. That's always fun.
Could you find?
Never played that.
Yeah. That was
No.
cool. And we get
All
the
right.
little sliding card bingos for travel, where the little red clear thing you'd slide over. They're made out of cardboard. They were bingo cards, but they would have like a cow, a water tower, a 18 train, all stuff you see traveling, mountains, cloud. And so
that's probably a bolo.
You slide the little
Probably.
red thing over and close your window.
Yes.
Start with them all open and you play bingo and close your windows.
So I would do that with Maria when we went camping, because she was, I mean, at that point, our Bill's kids were 10 years older than her. So she was an only child on a lot of trips and stuff. And I would give her a scavenger hunt list. And then she had, for a while, she would just cross them off, or she'd bring back the feather and the rock. But one time she came back with like an entire bird's nest. And I was like, okay, we got to stop doing that. So we got her like this little kids digital camera. And so she could take a picture of everything on the list as she explored the campsite or the campground. And then she could come back and show us all the stuff that she found. And that kept her really busy.
Smart.
Pam said they didn't have car seats back then, so she could never see the ground level. She always had to look up into the sky. My mom told me a story about how they went all the way from, I mean, we're at one end of I-75. My town is literally the last exit of I-75 before you get to Canada. And they took it all the way to Florida one time, which is the other end. And she said she rode in the back window for that vacation.
I was going to say, that was one of my favorite spots, was to get up behind the seat and lay in the back window and just watch the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-car seats.
The sound of turn signals reminds me of garage sale with my grandmother, because I could hear that and I knew she was close to the next garage sale.
Gosh.
I love that so much.
Wow.
All right. So for other nostalgic purposes, I always just pick up everything that's Richard Scarry, whatever, however you say that name.
I always call it scary.
I did too.
I love Busy Town and this whole thing. So this is a workbook. Lots of different stuff.
Totally going back to childhood right now.
I think about. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if Richard Scarry stuff sells that well, but I seem to always pick it up, and I'm pretty sure I still have a lot of it for sale. This Bernstein Bears book. Again, I always pick up Bernstein Bears, and I have like a little pile of them going. Once I get like 10 books, I sell them as a lot. They always sell. It works great. But this one
is
one of. Yeah, it's the yarn lace.
Cool.
The holes have not been punched out, other than the ones that like fell out. There's some that fell out, but otherwise it's unused. The yarn is still in the plastic taped to the back of the book.
That's perfect for a road trip. You need to get that listed for summer trips.
I did comp this one. There is only like one for sale, maybe two. I'll be listing this for probably in the 50s. It was the only kind. Yeah, the only one of its kind.
Yeah, nobody will be using that on a road trip.
I told Bill, I believe I told Bill that I was going to list it for like at least $49 when we were in the car afterwards. And he's like, what? I got these Miss Victoria Rose, which is actually my cousin's name. So I thought that was cute. An 1890s fashion paper doll with 12 full color costumes and accessories.
I love paper dolls.
I just took off the sticky notes because I believe they had a granddaughter's name on each one, but these grandchildren apparently did not care about these paper dolls anymore. They're still sealed, so I don't even know what dolls they are. It's a mystery.
There's no images that tell you? Oh.
No, they all say the same but when I look at other ones that are listed and stuff, they're all different. There's different dolls and stuff. So I'm just gonna list them together again. Probably like $49. Just list the three.
It's like opening up a pack of baseball cards. You just don't know how to fit the sleeve.
There you go.
The big pool.
Right. Okay, so into the bag. And I didn't have to pay any extra for these. When I walked up, I was worried because nothing's priced, whatever. And when I walked up, the lady goes, "Oh, those would have fit in the bag. We'll just count that in." I'm like, perfect. Okay. I don't think they would have fit in the bag because I stuffed this thing, but let's see here.
Oh, Sammy just got unused paper dolls. I just listed a few.
Must run in the family. That's all I can say.
Get them listed. This is going on my front porch just because I love it and it's really bouncy and it's a cute little dog with bells. And I just love it. So that's mine. And then Bill picked up some seashells and added them to my box because he thinks it's amazing that I can sell this seashell for $30-something. So he's invested in those. I grabbed this tin and I will say I'm quite disappointed with the fact that this is only worth like $5. I'm gonna list it locally. It's the same age as me. It's 1989, Three Musketeers locker in like amazing condition. And it's got all these like, it's so cute.
Oh,
Yeah, there's too many of them. There's a bunch of them and nobody cares. So I should be able to get a couple dollars in my auction group.
and nobody cares.
Nobody cares. I didn't look this up, but Bill put this in there. Country cocoa, little tin. I don't know. To make a tipsy cow, you follow directions for instant country cow cocoa, and then you add your liqueur and whipped cream. Okay.
Yum.
In the Christmas section, they had this tangle of bulbs. And I don't know about you guys, but I always grab these extra bulbs and cords because especially on consignment, I tend to get random consignment like Christmas houses and village pieces, and they don't always have the bulb and the cord. And they will sell for more and 1,000 times quicker if they have bulbs. So I picked these up. Let's see here. These wooden napkin rings. Just basic, still in the box.
Napkin rings, man. I sell a lot of napkin rings. People love napkin rings.
Listed 2 sets yesterday morning.
So these have Dollarama stickers on them, which is a dollar store in Canada, but it looks like they're from the 80s, 1984. So I don't know. There was three sets of
napkin rings.
Right.
Stock. Woof.
And they were up in the garage where she was asking like $10 per old board game that didn't even have all the pieces. And I opened the Monopoly. So before even looking at the price tags, I opened the Monopoly. Bill was like, babe, look at this stack of games. I opened the Monopoly and all the pieces are like finished and like moldy and like bleh. So
I was like, again, like what?
I can't do it again.
I was going to say, you don't allow me to do it, but you can't.
I shouldn't have done it.
Slipped out. Okay.
Oh yeah. So I was like, no, I don't want this Monopoly game, but there was some other cool games under there. So I started going through the pile and then I saw a sticker on the front that said $10. And I was like, wait. And then I looked at the next game and it said 15. And I asked the lady and she said, yep, those are the prices. And I put them all back in a pile and I said, okay, that's too much for me to look through, and moved on. And she proceeded to tell everybody in that garage about how her sister was going to take all that stuff downstate next month because those people will pay more down there than we would up here and all that. Yeah. So
I hear that's a really good way to go. It is to like insult your customers.
Yeah.
That generally works really, really well.
Yeah. So instead of loading my car up with a bunch of beautiful collectibles and making a deal with her, I walked out. But first I shoved these in the bag. And I don't know if I was supposed to shove these in the bag. I did. This shirt, let's see. I didn't look through a lot of the clothes, but this is a Maggie Lawrence Sport. I don't know what that is. But I just loved, it's an old shirt. I just loved that pattern. It's a button down.
Yeah.
It's a button down 80s, size 30. So it's a women's 30, 32 wide. I don't know. Anyways, there's that.
I was hoping it was the jams.
Oh, I know. Gotta love when you find those.
Oh, yeah.
I got this vintage Disney Mickey Mouse. It's like velvety. Yeah, got that. This, I don't know why. This is like a doll. It's old, but it's just cute. little sweater, and he's covered in
it's coming
snow.
back.
Mhm.
Yes. And I don't know, it just struck me as adorable. I
would've
didn't go
picked that
through.
up.
I didn't go through all their doll clothes, but that one. And then in a pile of craft stuff they had, there was this bag of patches. And I saw snowmobile written on one of them, but I never opened up this bag. So let's see here. I don't know anything about patches. Oh God. You can choose your road between heaven and hell. The choice is yours.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's a powerful statement.
Poignant. Poignant. It's a poignant
motorcycle.
patch.
It is. I don't know what the Mayflower brand is, but there's that. Oh, here's another religious one. Okay. Michigan, this is the one that caught my eye, was a Michigan snowmobile, safe snowmobiler one.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a goodie.
Because the Michigan snowmobile ones usually do good. We got this old Suzuki safety glow bike patch.
Oh, cool.
Apollo College student. I've got 2 of those. I don't know what Apollo College is. Outspoken? Maybe that's a bike club or something?
Yeah, I would say so. Something
Okay.
or bike
I
company.
like that.
Nutrient feeds. That's probably some farmer was given that or something. And then this Yamaha one comes with its own corduroy piece of fabric.
Aha.
I think those are some goodies.
I do
Alright.
too.
So that was my random $15 bag of stuff.
I think you did well.
I do too. All right, Samantha, I got to ask you a question.
I didn't do it.
We talked about parting out this Family Feud game. However, as I'm into it now, looking at it, it is new.
Okay.
I mean, it's unpunched.
I sell them in sheets of unpunched thing. Oh, Bill has my damn phone. I was gonna look it up.
I mean, they're like, they haven't come off their brackets, and the score pad, not a score in it.
Oh, well, okay, so how many are listed? Let me see here.
I don't know.
What-
I haven't.
What year is that?
Guys,
1977?
I'm going to hop off so I can keep with my time blocking and grab something to eat before we do our come list with us. I know this is unprecedented, but cheers.
I didn't realize it was time at all already. Cheers.
Jeez, we've just been chatting and having so much fun.
I know.
We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
Let me look at the 1977. 77.
19. Okay, so that's what I thought. 1977. Yes, this is. So it was a pocket because I see that there are 2. It is corduroy. They sewed the patch right through both pieces, which is why it is the whole pocket. But it's not even like a sealed pocket anymore. They just cut out that. I don't know. That's a weird one. And it's on like a Yamaha motorcycle. Looks like a crotch rocket of some sort. Maybe a dirt bike, but I would just say bike, I guess.
All right.
Mayflower Trucking Company, possibly. Yes, pick up the bulbs with cords, but not at the same garage sales that I go to, Mom. Not those ones. But yes, pick them up.
But not the same ones.
You're paying less down here. Right? Hi, Brendan. Right? They were going to go to Harbor Springs, Petoskey area, and they were going to have a sale in the hoity-toity super yacht community. And da-da-da-da. Yeah, no.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. I would have made them a deal and all kinds of. I was going to tell them that I do consignment, and after their garage sale, they can consign all that beautiful Hull pottery and stuff with me, and the McCoy glasses and all that stuff. But
Not with that attitude.
not with that attitude. There was red flags flying everywhere.
They were. It was like confetti up and down.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, let me get back to this Family Feud thing because then we gotta stop this. So
I know.
there are a ton of that game listed, a ton for like $15. But if you part it out, then you can do those sheets of unpunched things and brand new stuff, and you can sell them for $15 each listing.
Each. Okay. All right. This is why I asked the professional board game woman.
I have been selling, and this should have been like an obvious thing, but I didn't put a lot of my game pieces on Etsy. I did obviously like Scrabble and like the boards themselves, but I wasn't doing a lot of like the Monopoly money and that kind of stuff because I'm only listing them for like $7 for a stack of Monopoly money. Well, then my VA, I told her anything that says the word vintage, put it on Etsy, just do it. I've been selling so many game pieces and Monopoly money, and I've sold almost all the Monopoly stuff that I got from Libby when I was down there. The stuff I've listed anyways. Yeah, on Etsy. It's working great. Jill is also comping for you, and she says new ones are listed for $30. Yes, there's a ton of them though. I would still part it out.
Well, if I part it out, then I don't have to worry about the box.
That's half the reason I parted out. It's way easier to ship. You can
Although we did just order a bunch of game boxes because I have so many games that I've listed in the last 6 months of here and there. So
you can use those.
I'll part that out. All right, friends. Cheers. Cheers to you all. Here, let me put my fabulous flamingo up.
Oh, there you go. I'd flip that.
Cheers. And those of you that are in our Patreon, we'll see you over in our Come List With Us room. Bye, y'all.
Bye.